It must have been though for you being possessed for so long, he told me. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yakko. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. Though that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up, all of a sudden saying she was gonna exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. He told me last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonochi collapse. Can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Alright, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonochi, they'd suspect you if we told them we saw you with him last night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Shinochi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Would you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? It's hard to explain where to start. What did you mean, by Mr. Jonochi's acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michiyo Asharaichi's right? The girl who killed herself? Oh, Michiyo? I done her everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her, and he was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school and make her to do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way. That's how. What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yakko, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got the guts acting like you were her friend. Junochi really did her a number on both Michiyo's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, how terrible. He told me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around, but she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she had just had to grit her teeth till it was true. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. course, Chunochi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. He told me, if you knew about it, then why didn't you? You're trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything, but she told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yakko, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Ichio, why? Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she couldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. Dana got nothing to do with me. So, last night, how did it start? Alright, remember that noisy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple of days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all, a real raw guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Or another thing, one time he suddenly introduced with his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the garden the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to the park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual, but something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Oh, Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her while they were together. He noticed that she had like a special talisman or something, but apparently Michio always avoided the subject. Talisman that Michio had? He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Shunichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talisman? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell, if I know. When I looked inside, it says just a weird kinda creamy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it? But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that? Yeah, he even said to me, if not anything happens to me, take those two talismans, give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was gonna happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. He told me, yeah, the talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman which you had. Yeah, and I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night, but nothing he said made any sense, like that I was really mature and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right. When you two showed up, I was able to get away while Junichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh. Good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you too that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman. So the whole thing was sort of a bust. Da draußen ist gerade irgendwas ganz niedrig rumgeflogen. Also ein Helikopter oder so. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid Nabi. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Junichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was dumb to fall for that creep Junichi's trap so easy. It could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked up. What you described does sound like Michius killed Mr. Junichi. She did have a reason though to hate him after all. No way, you mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Huh, wonder if that's what happened. Alright, then supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. And that's all I know. Happy I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, well, be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at the friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And what this is? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared of at first, but not anymore. Shut up, you were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. Don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Chonucci was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bureau at the school. Multiple in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo was experienced in the school and the one was that killed Mr. Chonucci seemed to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Chonucci, Tomi, and old man Ashimio, Mia, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Shonochi is pretty suspicious, though if he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Oh right, the person who killed Mr. Jonucci would have to be one too, which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonucci thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but oh, I just remembered I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curse, given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of old man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse barriers will be hostile. But as for what to do now, I'd like to find who is responsible for the Fist of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do what exactly? Well, need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Yakko Sakazaki, 9 a.m. Oh, Kumagata High School. And so, Mio Kurosutsu and Yakko Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Und da geht's nicht weiter gerade. Also weiter geht's dann nur noch da oben. Erstmal. Ich glaube, da könnten wir jetzt weitermachen, weil wir da jetzt waren. Aber ja. Ich beende den Stream jetzt auch, weil das ganze Gerede, also das ganze Gelese ist ein bisschen anstrengend für den Hals. Ja, als nächstes kommt wohl, ja, mache ich wahrscheinlich wieder dann da weiter bei dem Kopf. Mal schauen. Ja, dann speichern wir mal. Das speichert zwar selbst immer, aber wir speichern. Und gehen zurück zum Titel. Dann bedanke ich mich fürs Zuschauen und dabei sein. Und ja, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao!